I absolutely loved Project Hail Mary, in spite of its imperfections. I think it is everything you want from great science fiction. It looks stunning, it feels grand, it's deeply emotional. Basically, all the things the Dune trilogy wishes it was, this film actually is. Whereas I've given Dune flack for being humorless, especially the first entry, Project Hail Mary represents an overcorrection in terms of where it lands on the tone continuum. Everyone was worried after the infamous trailer moment that this was going to be too jokey for its own good, and those fears were not entirely off the mark. Too many Gosling quips, not enough honest to God jokes. I think that is my biggest gripe with this movie. Like, say what you want about the Naked Gun reboot, I think this movie is a full star better than it if we're talking letterbox ratings, but I can appreciate that movie's humor isn't one character making barely amusing remarks when everyone else in the room is trying to be serious. That movie is set up punchline. It's comedy done the proper way, and Project Hail Mary does have a bit too much confidence in Gosling's ability to make anything and everything a laugh moment. I mean, his Nice Guys performance is stuff of legend, but let's not forget Shane Black wrote that script. He had some serious help in that movie, and I don't think he's quite good enough to make this as laugh out loud hilarious as Overlord Bezos wanted it to be. Similarly, I think that it runs into Everything Everywhere All at Once's division problem. I took issue with that movie because it was a frenetic bonanza up to a certain point, and then pretty strictly melancholic the rest of the way. I think that movie's tone being a bit more fluid would have helped immensely, and I feel the same way here. I think this is too lighthearted in the front and too emotionally heavy in the back. I think if they toned down Gosling a bit initially and weren't so sentimental at the end, this could have been a 4.5 or even a 5-star movie. Why is the film so good in the first place, even in spite of those flaws? Well, you're really going to have to see for yourself. Things have gotten very murky because a specific plot element was apparently like a spoiler in the book, but a main feature of the trailer. So I don't know what the hell I should or should not say about it. I feel like we're doing Sinners all over again. But what I can say about that plot element in particular is that I absolutely adored how that element was introduced and the patience Lord and Miller had in directing that scene. Their patience is really a virtue that shines throughout this entire movie. They don't skip out on the science, they don't shortchange the audience with montages that are supposed to convince you characters suddenly get along and perfectly understand each other's psyche. They move through this story very deliberately, and that pays dividends near the end. The practical effects in this are unreal. I thought Romulus looked great about a year and a half ago, and it did, but there were certainly moments like the facehugger chase where your mind reminds you that, oh yes, CGI was in fact used in making this motion picture. Not really the case with Project Hail Mary, and I think a lot of that is owed to the incredible use of shadow and distortion. They're able to obscure certain objects in a way that was definitely cost effective for all involved. It makes certain things look better, and it probably allowed for more money to go towards making the spectacular final set pieces look more convincing. I don't want to say there are no moments where you could be taken out of the experience, but most of the time I was really just in awe of how authentic this world felt and how damn cool everything was. The plot is kind of trivial. Some guy has to go at it alone to save the Earth. Nothing groundbreaking there. But Grace's story I actually thought was really smart. This movie is in large part an interrogation of bravery. Is being brave actually choosing to be part of something in the first place, or is it rising to the occasion when you have no other choice? The movie definitely is more taken with the second definition than the first, and makes a really spirited, intelligent case for it. Project Hail Mary also contains an analogy for our current climate crisis and really definitely navigates that part of the narrative as well. You have Grace trying to put kids at ease while internally dreading what's to come. You have that moment with Huller's character where she is vulnerable as her tribute to the people that will be giving their lives to save the Earth. After the relentless cynicism of Industry Season 4, it was nice to see something that leaned more optimistic, but never forgets about the sacrifices that may need to be made to keep perpetuating this human comedy forward. Finally, there's the ace in Project Hail Mary's sleeve. There is a roughly 10-minute patch of this film in the second half where I was fighting and frequently failing, I must admit, to fight back tears. There is a moment where Grace realizes this may not have to be a suicide mission for him. He may get to keep on living and go home. And I have to say, it's probably the most moving thing I've seen in a movie in the last 3 years. I don't want to say this movie is among the best work of Gosling's career because there's too much here that either feels like it's him fresh off the Barbie press tour or off SNL weekend. However, what he does past the halfway mark of this film is among the most impressive stuff he's ever accomplished. There has recently been so much consternation over the death of movie stars and what Marty Supreme meant and what Timothy Chalamet means, but this is a star-driven picture and a testament to how one actor can transform and sell a film. We're not 3 months into the year, and between this and Hoppers, there's already, in my opinion, two 4-star movies to talk about. If 2026 keeps pace, this may go down as a year for the ages. The best compliment I could give to Project Hail Mary is that it makes me want to go back into an AMC all over again. The biggest slight I could give it is that if this were just a bit more emotionally balanced, this could have been a full-on classic. I am giving Project Hail Mary an 8.5 out of 10. I strongly recommend it to you and hope you see it over the next few weekends while it is still in theaters.